I bring the light to the deepest secrets of different bills. At Uncle Demi, you need it, I got it listed here. You wanna make it, I'll show you just how to make it here. I got all the rarest bills, and I ain't done yet. Went from defenders to making bills like a prospect. Flow space and slashes to catching us with a lot of threat. You keep the medals cause the real one's coming up next. Only scratch the surface. Still they try to drag my name in dirt, they try to bring me down. See me winning, you ain't like me.
Yo, what's good, my nephews and nieces? This is your favorite uncle, Uncle Demi. And today I have another special banger for you, right? Now listen, before we get too far in this video, you know exactly what you need to do. Make sure you drop a like, and let's get this video to at least 1,000 likes. That would definitely push the video to the recommended. And furthermore, if you haven't done so already, make sure you subscribe. I'm by far the hardest working YouTuber in the 2K community, and hopefully you can appreciate the 9 a.m. and that 5 p.m. daily double uploads. And you can show that appreciation by dropping a like and subscribing, all right? Now, let's get straight into this video. So today, my nephews and nieces, what we're gonna talk about is the best shooting badges for NBA 2K22 current and next gen. Yes, this applies to both gens. The badges are the same on both gens. That means that the percentages and everything of the effectiveness of the effectiveness of these badges are all going to be the same. So again, next and current gen viewers, you can watch this. They apply to both consoles, okay? So how we're going to break it down is this, is that we're going to have tier 1, tier 2, and tier 3 badges. My tier 1 badges are going to be my nephews and nieces that have 12 or less shooting badges, but these are going to be the most important badges, okay? So keep in mind, tier 1 is going to be the most important, and then after that, we'll go to our tier 2 and our tier 3, all right? So tier 1 is 12 or less shooting badges, and then we'll go to our tier 2, and our tier 2 badges are going to be for my nephews and nieces that have between 12 and 20 shooting badge upgrades, and again, those are going to be second tier to the tier 1. So once you get all your tier 1s taken care of, then you have some badges left over, then you want to look at your tier 2s, all right? And then finally, we'll have tier 3, and our tier 3 shooting badges are going to be for my nephews and nieces that have 20 or more shooting badge upgrades, all right? So let's just hop right into it, and let's talk about probably the most OP shooting badge on the game right now, and that's going to be Sniper, okay? So Sniper is a badge. There was literally a long discussion on Twitter not too long ago about should this badge be in the game or not. What this does is you see, it actually jump shots taken slightly early and late timings will receive a boost, while early or late shots receive a bigger penalty. So basically what that means is this: a lot of people aren't shooting early and late. A lot of people are shooting slightly early and slightly late. So having a slightly early and slightly late and, you know, getting a major boost to that basically makes this badge completely OP. A lot of whites go in because of that, and this badge right here is definitely the badge you want to get first, all right? Because you're not even going to have HOTZONE Hunter anyway. You want to get this first, okay? And then the second badge is going to be HOTZONE Hunter. HOTZONE Hunter has been an OG shooting badge you want to get from like 2K since I can remember. HOTZONE Hunter is so effective. Shots that are taken in the player's hot zone are given a boost, right? And that's just pretty self-explanatory. Once you start getting those hot zones on the court, you equip HOTZONE Hunter, you're going to be shooting really, really good within those hot zones, especially for individuals that like to shoot at top of the key like guards. And then even your catch and shoot spot up lockdowns and stretches or poppers, if you're sitting on the elbow and you get the hot zone there, or in your corners, you get the hot zones there, you're going to be sitting really well, all right? Another badge, of course, is going to be blinders. Blinders, as you can see right here, jump shots taken with the defender closing out in their peripheral vision will suffer a lower penalty. And listen, this basically, even sometimes I feel like they jumping in front of me, blinders pop up. Blinders basically has replaced Deadeye. Deadeye is important, but it's not as important as blinders. Blinders is really one of those really important badges, especially for individuals that love the crab or have individuals always coming to the side when you beat them to the left or the right, all right? And then the last and final badge within this is going to be MISMATCH Expert. Now, MISMATCH Expert is supposed to get nerfed. Now, if it ain't nerfed, it hasn't been nerfed yet, all right? So if you're watching this video and it has been nerfed, then obviously, it probably will not be as viable, and it might go to tier 2 or tier 3. But right now, it is very important. It says, after forcing the switch, the player with this badge will have a more success when shooting over a taller defender. So basically what that means is that if you are going to be that guard, or you're going to be that any type of individual that is going to be shorter and have a center on them or someone that's taller on them, this badge literally, like, it's like dead eye on steroids. I mean, literally, you can shoot a smothered shot and sometimes it'll only come up like 18% covered, right? It's that crazy. So these are the tier 4 badges. These are the tier 1 badges that I think that are most viable that you will want to have, even for my nephews and nieces that are going to be maybe as a catch and shoot or guard type build. These are the ones that you want to have off rip, okay? Now let's head over to the tier 2 badges. All right, my nephews and nieces, so now we're going to talk about the tier 2 badges. And tier 2 badges, they basically fall into a couple categories where, like, you know, as shooters go, for the most part, you're going to get a lot of these individuals at tier 2 with 12 to 20 badges. They're probably going to be guards. And stop and pop is a very, very, very good badge to have. And a stop and pop basically means it boosts your shot rating on standstill 3-pointers after dribbling. So literally, once you catch the ball and then you start dribbling a little bit and you run to the left or the right and you stop and shoot, this badge will pop up, right? So literally, you can get this badge as high as silver and you will really see a difference. So even if you're somebody that maybe have like 14 or 15 and you're starting to like run out of badge colors, you can still get this on silver and do really well. And then not right there, like this is like, these are two like in two peas in the same pot, right? They work the same way. One is just basically the rhythm dribble, increase the chance of making a shot after sizing up your opponent with the dribble rooms, while the other one is dribbling and then stopping and shooting. So rhythm shooter is also another good badge. I know some people that use rhythm shooter and don't use stop and pop. I know some people that use stop and pop and don't use rhythm shooter. It really depends on your play style and how you dribble, right? But both of these are very, very good and very viable. And then another one, obviously, that's going to be really good is going to be Green Machine. Now, Green Machine, as you can see right here, gives an additional shot boost when consecutively achieving exit and release on jump shots. Now, there is a time frame on this, right? And that's why you usually have to get this within 7 to 8 seconds. But then I'm also hearing that you actually no longer have a time frame on this. So if I was to shoot a green as a lockdown and 2 or 3 possessions later, I shoot another green, I'm supposed to get that Green Machine pop up. So I'm not really sure, and that's the reason why I don't have it as a tier 1 badge, because I feel like there's a lot of information that has not been given yet. So obviously that's why I have it at tier 2, but it's still a really, really, really good badge to have. So obviously these are the top tier 2 badges that I would consider. And now let's head over to the tier 3 badges. All right, my nephews and nieces, so now we're looking at tier 3. Now tier 3, basically when it comes down to it, we're going to talk about individuals that have 20 or more shooting badges. Now, we're going to talk about catch and shoot, okay? Now, people are going to say, well, Demi, catch and shoot is a very important badge. I'm a lockdown, I sit corner, or blah, 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 and I you know, catch and shoot is a really good badge. And it really is. But if you're telling me as a center, as a spot up, that hot zone hunter, sniper, and blinders will be way more important than this because shooting is so easy. And even though catch and shoot says for a short time after receiving a pass, the receiver's ability to knock down threes gets a significant boost. To me, I know a lot of my nephews and nieces, if you're not a guard, you're not going to need this anyway. I mean, if you are a guard, you're not using this. But if you are a spot up like a lockdown or a specialty type build, then maybe this might be a little bit higher up on the chart for you. But at the same time, I feel like the tier 1 badges that you will have as a lockdown, if you only have like 12 to 15 of those badges, maybe you can get catch and shoot in there in bronze. But to me, I feel like for the most part, it's not as important as these other badges based upon the tier system, okay? But it's still a really, really good badge to have. And then another one is going to be Lucky 7, all right? Now, Lucky 7 gives a boost to early shot clock jumpers. So it says, gives a boost to mid-range or 3-point attempts within the first 7 seconds of a possession. Now, I'm not going to lie to you. I've seen some really, really, really good gameplay of how important Lucky 7 is. I feel like Lucky 7 is a badge that's basically, it's new and a lot of people don't know much about it, but I did see on 2K Labs how that effective the boost that it gives. And literally, you think about it, a lot of guards are going to shoot within 7 seconds with this. So basically, as long as you keep on shooting within 7 seconds, just imagine how many badges could be stacking up, all right? So I feel like Lucky 7 is a good one to have. And then, of course, another OG one is Volume Shooter. Now, Volume Shooter, after a player has taken a small handful of shots, an additional boost to shot attributes is given for every subsequent shot, whether it's a make or a miss. Now, obviously, this is tier 3 because, again, there's not a lot of individuals, unless you are a guard that's going to be throwing up a lot of shots, this is not going to be as viable. But if you are a guard that throws up a lot of shots, Volume Shooter, Lucky 7. These are some really good extra badges that you can get, even if it's on silver or even if it's on bronze. There are some significant amount of boosts that you get from no badge to a bronze badge or to a silver, to where it is viable to get, okay? So these are the tier 3 badges. And now, before we wrap it up, I just want to say a couple things. Limitless Spot Up right now currently it has not been patched. So once this gets patched, obviously I can revisit this. But I know some people might watch this a couple months later and be like, yo, Limitless Spot Up, you didn't tweak that one, blah, blah, blah. Well, because right now it has not been patched. So that's the reason why we have not gone with that badge, okay? But there you have it, my nephews and nieces. Let me know in the comment section, what do you think the tier badges should be? Was I right on point or was I off? Let me know. I'm very, very curious for this discussion to have in the comment section, so let me know down there. But other than that, my nephews and nieces, this is your favorite old head, Uncle Demi. I'll be back really, really soon on the Banger Man. And you know, when I say back soon on the Banger, you know exactly what day I'm talking about. I'm talking about tomorrow, man. I'm out.
We gon' give it to him. Take the stop out the chopper, no transformer. Remember ducking and dodging on that corner. Doing flip with a beat like a mighty morpher. Told myself to get rich and go help